Today we're going to be doing something a little bit differently. I'm going to start this great adventure. I'm going to Logansport, Indiana to do a guest spot with one of the students that went through the program. I'm going to be driving for 6 hours to go there.
Where were we at? Did I call it like Cincinnati?
Cincinnati. How embarrassing for you.
That was pretty rough.
All right, we're back on the road. We have, I think, an hour to go. So let's get after it.
All right, it is snowing, which is terrible. We're about to walk into the shop and start our day.
Oh.
Nice!
Yeah.
Take his gun. Yeah, take it. You almost ran. I saw it. What's up, everybody? It's Brandon from Tattooing 101. I'm in Logansport, Indiana at Mobbs Haven Tattoo. I did my first guest spot to a student that went through Tattooing 101. I'm here with Michael.
So I'm Michael, owner here at Mobbs Haven Tattoo. We've been open about 1.5 years now. It's kind of stressful sometimes, but it's always fun chasing the dream.
What did you do before getting into tattooing?
Well, I used to work on train cars for the railroad.
Okay. How was that job?
Honestly, it really wasn't too bad of a job. I actually remember when I started, I was like, yeah, I'll probably just die here and retire.
Yeah.
What worked out really well for me was the hours from the job. It was 7 to 3. I had every evening off, every weekend off. So I had so much time outside of there to really work on my craft here.
Were you able to build a lot of connections that helped your business at that place?
Yeah, there was quite a few people that would come and let me practice on them and bring their friends with them.
Yeah, cool. When did you really get into understanding that art was your passion? Like, have you done art your whole life, or was it something that, kind of just popped up in life?
When I was a kid, I used to draw all the time. I used to get in trouble at school because I'd just be drawing, doodling on my notebooks.
Yeah.
I kind of took a different path in life in my earlier years. After, a life change, I went right back to what I loved doing. So I started drawing again. I started doing all types of other things like customizing shoes. I did a lot of wood burning and things.
Yeah, cool.
So that kind of took off for a while. And then it kind of transitioned over to tattooing.
For some extra cash when I was tattooing, they do the stippling on like Glocks and stuff. And I did quite a bit of them. Wood burning's super fun, but it's the same feel as a tattoo machine. I'm not saying it's the same by any means, so don't practice tattooing with a wood burning machine.
I think it really helped me when I got into tattooing. A lot of the same concepts as far as you coming up with your design and getting it printed out and then transferring it onto wood instead of skin.
I think another thing is like, with tattooing, there's different skin types, but there's different wood densities, and some are like heavier than others. So like, balsa wood's really easy to just burn through.
I remember trying to wood burn on different types of wood and being so frustrated.
Yep.
And I find that it kind of happens in tattooing too. There's some
sure.
skin that is just like butter, and then you find other clients that might be a little older in years that are a little bit different to tattoo on.
Did you kind of get into tattooing before Tattooing 101?
I did, actually. I started getting tattooing at home and stuff, and he used to come over and tattoo me. And I would just watch him, see what he's doing and everything. Well, I'm like, oh, I could probably do that. So I go and order some equipment online and things like that, and I started messing around with it for a while. And I just kind of fell in love, man, and it's really fun. So I was tattooing for a while at home, messing up a lot of friends, trying to learn a lot. But then there was just a point where I didn't really have anyone to kind of mentor me, teach me the things I didn't know. I thought I was doing a lot of things the right way.
Yeah.
Looking back,
you always,
kind of makes me sick a little.
Yeah, you always think that you're doing it correctly until you figure out the appropriate way. Because, man, when I first started tattooing, I was tattooing my brother, and I was like, this is the best tattoo I ever did. Now I look back and I'm like, that is absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
Like, why was I so confident? It's miserable.
I've been there.
Understanding how to do things correctly is a game changer.
Yes.
And if you don't have someone to kind of tell you those things, there's no way for you to know. You know, it takes forever to figure it out.
For sure, you can look up all the videos you want online, but you can't ask a video for information that you need. You just get what they put out.
100%. So how did you start with Tattooing 101, and what would you say, like, your journey with that, how it helped out?
I remember coming across it online, seeing some ads. I looked into it a little bit. I remember at this point in time, I don't think it was in my head that I wanted to make it a career. I just wanted it to be like better and just kind of have fun with it. But I was not expecting to
quit your job and do it for a living.
Yeah, I didn't know like how much information I was going to learn from that course.
So out of all the things in the Artist Accelerator program, what do you think was the main thing that helped you out?
A lot of the sanitation and the hygiene, proper care of like clients and things like that.
Yeah.
Because that's super, super important. If you want to do this for a career, like
it's probably the most important thing, because one instance to where, you know, someone got an infection, it could not, I've seen great artists that do everything correctly that the client even blamed them on an infection and it destroyed their name when it wasn't even their fault to begin with. So
I've heard stories like that, and that's just not a risk I want to take.
Now, anyone first getting into tattooing or wanting to pursue this, sanitation should be your #1 goal. Don't even touch a tattoo machine before understanding those things. Learn from our mistakes. Don't just repeat them.
Yes, because it can ruin your career before it even starts.
100%. Did you have a hard or easy time kind of getting into tattooing when you were like thinking about opening up a shop or trying to get into a shop when people figured out that you were learning online? Like, did it affect your clientele or anything?
I don't think it affected that at all. Actually, I think that people respected that I took that extra step to know that I was doing things the right way so that they can feel safer with me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Before opening up your studio, did you try to get into a shop, or were you like, I'm just gonna open up right away?
Back when I was still working a 9 to 5 on the trains and stuff, there's a shop owner in a town over here next to us that I think he found out about me through like social media and things like that. That's when I was still tattooing at home. He's seen a lot of my work and things like that. He reached out to me through like a mutual friend, and he had me come in and talk to him about a job.
Yeah.
And he explained to me like the commission rates and things like that and how it works when somebody like gets in the door, as far as like doing an apprenticeship and how long, and then the 60-40 split. When I went to talk to him, he was gonna set me up with a room because he looked at my work and I already had my clients. I already had a lot of things going for myself because, I mean, I learned a lot of this from the course. So he was just gonna slide me right through to like the 40-60 split, like highest tier, I guess, that he would do.
Yeah.
I actually accepted the job, and I was gonna start moving my stuff over there and everything. And literally the day after that, I had an opportunity to rent out some space, and I kind of sat on that for a little bit, and I just took the chance.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was scary. Yeah.
Look what you had to gain from that. So what would you say your biggest struggles were getting into tattooing, opening up your shop, or what advice would you give any of the people watching this video right now so they wouldn't make the same mistakes?
I think my biggest struggle was trying to take it all on and do it all at the same time so fast.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of time and a lot of attention and focus to learn how to tattoo the correct way and be safe. It takes a lot of time to market yourself, to pull in clients, build up their trust with people, and then to also open a business on top of that. As you're learning how to do all this at the same time.
It's a nightmare for sure.
It was a struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I probably wouldn't have made it if I didn't have like your guys' support.
Yeah.
For sure.
Anyone that's going to open up a business, I highly recommend, you know, like follow the things that work and from people that have done it. And if you are not an expert, pay an expert. Because that's where you get to the next level. The people that do know what they're talking about, and there's a lot of people out there that don't know what they're talking about. So understanding the people that are good and bad to help your business grow instead of just BSing their way for money is going to be a game changer for anyone starting out a business, tattooing or anything under the sun. But that's what we got for this. We have a ton of awesome content from this guest spot that I had with you. I highly appreciate you having me come out, hang out with you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.